this is Beth Golding with Cheeky Home Team at Remax First Choice, and this week has all been about staging, and staging is so important. If you're a seller thinking about selling your house this year, this video is definitely for you. So we're gonna have some great tips and tricks and everything today. So we're just gonna jump right into it. So when we start talking about staging, we want to think about strategic decluttering your home. So you want to make it so your house is light and airy, and when people walk through, they don't see a bunch of stuff. They see your house with some accents here and there. So you want to focus on your high traffic areas, your living room, your kitchen, your areaways, and you want it, like I said, to be airy, light, open, and you want to think about some storage solutions. So if you walk through these places yourself as a buyer, you want to think, is this too many things? Can I put some storage solutions in here so I can still have my things, but it looks a little more tidy? And then if you feel like you have too many things, which most of us do, you may want to think of some storage solutions. So that's either some bins that you want to put some stuff in and store it down in the basement, or in some type of place that's also neat and tidy against the wall. Or you may want to think about an actual storage area that you want to rent, especially the more that you go through and the more that you see, you want to take it with you after you sell your home and you move into your new home. But you don't want to get rid of it. You want to hang on to it so you can take it with you. Sometimes, renting a storage solution can be the best way to go as a home seller. So that's the first thing that you want to keep in mind when you're thinking about decluttering. And then you also want to think about neutralizing and depersonalizing your home. So removing personal photos and memorabilia. And so when home buyers go through your home, you want them to think about the house, how they can fit into the house and, make it their own. But you also don't want them to think about you as a person. So, I've gone through homes with many, many, many home buyers where they're looking at pictures, they want to make a connection, they want to think, do I know this person? This is Baltimore, I always say. So when they walk through, they're looking, do I know this person? Is there any way that I can reach them directly? Possibly. You don't want to think that they're possibly thinking it in that manner, but sometimes they do. They're like, can I reach out to them? Can I, maybe like put in a good word for myself, especially considering, how hot the market is. So we want to depersonalize. We want to work with our realtors to be that communication between the buyer and seller. And we don't want the buyers to be thinking about that when they're walking through. We don't want them to have access to personal information or photos or mail or anything like that. We want them to walk through and think, is this the best kitchen for me? Like, that's the feature that I'm looking for the most for myself and my family. I love to cook. We want them looking at your kitchen, not at your things. So that's a very big, good tip. And I'm telling you, I've been through homes with many buyers. So that's definitely one thing that you want to do. And I know it can be painful, but it's also like a first start into that process. And it's definitely saying, hey, okay, I'm serious about this. I'm moving. I need to start decluttering. So it's a good thing to do. You also want to neutralize your color scheme. So we have some new colors for 2024 that we're working with. And we want to get those Raven purples out of your basement. And I know most of us love the Ravens. We're in Baltimore, they're winning. But, we want a nice bright basement that's not dark purple, for instance. We want a children's bedroom that's not black, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think that you probably understand where I'm coming from. So we do have some great neutral colors for this year. So when we get together, if you're thinking about, selling your house this year, we can go over some great neutral color schemes. And then you want to streamline your decor choices. And it's so important with this decluttering, everything that we're talking about, that you stay minimalistic. It's good to add some neutral decor when we work with, the waterfront homes. We do work with stagers that will, come in with some decor. But you want to keep it minimalistic because you don't, again, want the buyers to come in and see nothing but your staging. You want them to see the room sizes, can my sofa fit in here comfortably? It's important to me to have a dining room. Can I get my 6 to 8 seater table in the dining area? We want them thinking about these things versus the decor. The decor should be a complement. It shouldn't be everything. So that was number one. We were talking all about strategically decluttering. I do walk through with my home sellers when I come in for appointments before we list the house, and we do talk about these things. And I also have a stager that we can consult with that can help. And he does some stuff by the hour too. So if you're going through, and he's actually, helped some of my clients in the past where they're overwhelmed, they have jobs, they have kids, they have things going on, thinking about decluttering and going through this, that, and everything else is just way too much for them. So, I mean, we also have services that will go through with you that charge by the hour that will help you get rid of some clutter, box things up with you, and just make that process a lot easier because it can be overwhelming. Okay, so we're talking about maximizing our curb appeal. And oh my goodness, I feel like when we talk about maximizing your curb appeal, I feel like it's one of the most important things that homeowners should think about. And I don't know, homeowners, if you're thinking about selling this year, I highly encourage you to reach out to me so I can send you some listings, not only of what's on the market, which isn't that many right now. So you kind of want to try to beat that spring rush, but also you want to look at these different houses and get a feel of what they look like staged, what they look like not staged. But this front door area and curb appeal is super simple. It sounds complex, but it's literally, when I pull up at your house, I park at the curb and I am walking up to your house, what does it look like? So it's exactly what it sounds like. But it's so important because it is your very first impression and you want it to be the best. So landscaping, we'll talk about landscaping. You want it to be well maintained, and you also do want that to be minimalistic. You want to trim your bushes, you want to mow the lawn, you want some fresh flowers. You want it to look its absolute best, and you want to maintain it throughout the whole time that your house is listed on the market. You don't want to, do your landscaping. Myself as an agent, I provide professional photos from a service that I work with, a local photographer. He's great. So you definitely want to make it look the best for the photographer, but it's so important to maintain that landscaping and, walking up to your house for the whole time that it's listed and up until the date that, your home buyer gets those keys. Like on settlement day, you want that home buyer to do their final walkthrough, walk up to that house, see that the grass is mowed, see that the curb appeal is still there. They're going to, sign some papers, drop some money, and buy your house. So we want them to still walk up to a really nice place to be and just, like keep on eating in that excitement of the day. That's a very good tip. We also want to think about your front door. Your front door is also one of the most important things that you want to think about with the curb appeal, obviously going up, making sure that you have edging around your sidewalk, making sure that those bushes are trimmed, the grass is cut, there's no cracks in your sidewalk. You want to definitely come up to a nice front door, porch, whatever it may be. But then the front door sets the stage for the rest of your house. So it's very important. So you want to think about updating house numbers. You want to think about that your locks on your door, that they work, not only that they work, that they work easily, that it's easy to get in your house. It's easy to figure out which key is which. If you can have one key for both the deadlock and the knob, that's an extra bonus, because I'll be honest with you, when a buyer's agent schedules an appointment for your house, in most cases, this is the first time that this buyer's agent is walking up to your house. So you want them to connect with their buyer at the curb, walk up to the house with their buyer if possible, When they get to the door, you don't want them struggling with a deadlock or with a knob to get into your house. You want them to be able to easily, be having some, chat with their home buyer as they're taking this one key that they know fits both knobs, and want them to do the deadlock, do the knob, open the door, done. Any hesitation or any type of anything like that is just, to me, like one little notch of, oh, well, they don't take care of their front door. What else do they not take care of? And unfortunately, it seems like something silly, but it's one thing. And then, they can continue like, okay, that doesn't work. What else doesn't work? And they get that mentality throughout the whole house. We don't want that. So make sure that you can get into the house easily, that, and the listing agent should be making sure that the lockbox is in a place that's also easy for the buyer's agent to identify and get into easily. Okay, so you also want to paint or update your front door. So, some doors, they look so aged and dated, it doesn't matter how much paint you put on them, they're still going to look dated after you paint them and update them. So you have to make a judgment call on that. I can, like, when I come through, we can talk about that. If you're concerned about your front door, you want to paint it if it's something that can be painted and can still look, up to date and modern. Sometimes you just have to replace it, but you also want to update your hardware if you are keeping your door. So you want to paint it and you want to update your hardware. So you want it also to look very nice. You want to make sure if you have a screen door, you want to make sure that that's functioning properly. You can easily open it, that, that whatever shock is on that door to make it open and close easily is working properly. If it's not, you may want to consider replacing it or removing it. So also, the actual door, when you get to the door, I'm not sure, like I said, if you've seen some pictures, if you're a home buyer or if you're a home seller and you are looking through the multiple list system and every house that's listed, houses that have a porch leaner, a wreath, a potted plant, something at that front door, at that entrance, I know catches those home buyers' eyes. Better than other homes. They just do. It's just like that one more thing. So that's all of your first impressions. I do offer that service of, when I come for appointments, if you're thinking about listing your home, and we will walk from the curb to your front door as a home buyer, so we can talk about your checklist. And I do have a full checklist of everything that has to do with curb appeal. So it's really great. So then we're going to talk about lighting. So well-placed outdoor lighting, it still gets dark before most people get off work. So, having this lighting all ready to go, again, having a buyer's agent that has probably never stepped foot on your property, that's about ready to show, and you want them to sell your house, it's important when they come up that they can easily come up, that it's well lit, they can see the walk, nobody's going to trip or fall, especially, who knows if we're done with snow or ice or whatever. So it can also help prevent an accident. So that's another thing to think about. So yeah, you want to have a welcoming ambiance. You want the buyer's agent to be able to easily, see the lockbox, see the doorknob. And of course, we should have a light with us as a buyer's agent to get into your home, but to have that already there, to have that porch light on when you walk up to the house, if it's dark, it is just one more thing to add to that welcoming ambiance. And there's timers out there too. I mean, you can keep your porch light on all the time if you want, but you can do some timers inside your home on some floor lamps. So even if you might have recessed lighting or whatever, sometimes adding a floor lamp that you can get, for $10, $20 from Walmart that's on a timer can be that assistance that is needed for that buyer's agent to flip on your light switch, but also is a little bit more welcoming than walking into a dark house. So you want to make your first impression your best impression. So lastly, when you're talking about curb appeal, your front door, your lighting of your home. You want these home buyers to be so excited about getting into your house. They've seen it online. They've liked it enough to come take a look at it. They've done their homework. They're pre-qualified. They had some amazing curb appeal coming up to your house, outdoor lighting, these little, landscaping is perfect. And, there's these little great, like potted plant or porch leaner, like there's these little things here and there. You want to make it so they are so excited for their agent to open the door and let them in the house. So that's what this is all about. And then over and above this can be some staging depending on what your situation is. And, I work with stagers that will help style what you have left. So if you've decluttered, you've done all of these things, they will actually come and help style the furniture that you have left or give you advice, say, get rid of this, keep this, you might want to add this. They bring in pillows, they bring in some decor for you. If you just strip your walls and say, I'm just going to let them handle it, they will. So there's a little bit of any which way that you can do it depending on what your needs are. I have people that can take care of that for you. So if you're thinking of selling your home this year, give me a call and I can help you walk through your home just like a home buyer would, so we can make the best first impression for your house. So this is Beth Golding with GQ Home Team at RE/MAX First Choice. I am so excited to help you sell your home in 2024. Have a good one.